Mr. Dillingham, I want to thank you for being here today. Please know that Congress is a partner in this endeavor.
Sure, absolutely.
And as evidenced by this committee, we plan to stay engaged and to do the work today in 2019 so we can be ready in 2020. I represent the Massachusetts 7th Congressional District, which includes Boston. Boston ranks 9th amongst the 100 largest cities where it's hardest to count. And we see that undercount resulting in really stark disparities and inequities in the district. Plainly speaking, if you aren't counted, you don't count. And there are so many communities, from the LGBT community to renters, who are unseen and not counted. So today I'd like to focus my questions to the Bureau specifically. Dr. Dillingham, on July 11, 2019, an executive order was signed directing the Commerce Department to obtain citizenship data by other means. Dr. Dillingham, in light of the executive order, will the Bureau be producing block-level data on citizens and non-citizens? Yes or no?
Block level, I would, at a level they will, of citizen versus non-citizen from administrative data, that is correct. The availability at block level, I'm not quite sure, because it's a complicated thing, but we also have some very important protections at the basic level. We call it disclosure avoidance, where we inject noise into the data. So what level is yet to be determined.
I see. Has anyone in the administration indicated to you that block-level data produced by the Bureau will be used to target neighborhoods for immigration enforcement? Yes or no?
Congresswoman, I'm aware of concerns about the Census Bureau never does any law enforcement. We're prohibited from law from doing it. Only thing that we release are statistics, aggregate numbers, and we protect the privacy. So the data is made available to the nation. So
Excuse me,
I can tell you.
Sorry, just reclaiming my time, and
Yes,
my time is short here. What would you say to those who are concerned about this block-level data being used for that purpose? Because I understand what you're saying here, but how do you communicate en masse what you're saying that you don't corroborate in that way?
Very important, and one of the things that we're doing right now is the messaging for our outreach campaign to make sure they understand the security that's in place and why they should not be afraid to complete the census. But also what's very important are the trusted voices, such as members of Congress, others in the communities.
Excuse me, my district is 40% immigrant. I can't even begin to count. In our Boston public schools alone, there are 150 different languages.
Sure.
So do you have the staffing resources to communicate in the most culturally competent of ways, given the diversity of districts which are historically undercounted?
Well, we do have the language assistance at 99.6%, and then once we enter the enumeration phase, our enumerators are trained to get the assistance. We have special, even to outreach to the handicapped or the people with special needs of all types, and so we will, through our enumerators and through our partnership specialists and through our outreach campaign, will address those needs.
Okay. Can you confirm for us today that the citizenship data collected pursuant to the executive order will not be used in the Bureau's apportionment counts?
In the apportionment accounts, let me get back to you on that.
Do you believe it should be used for that purpose?
I don't have any belief whatsoever. I just need to know the mechanics, Congresswoman, and I'll get back to you on that. But
Please do. Is it possible you could get back to me with an answer in the next 10 days? Specifically on this question, if you plan to use this data collected pursuant to that it will not be used in the Bureau's apportionment count. Can you give me an answer on that in writing?
I don't see why I couldn't.
Okay, wonderful.
Don't have the answer.
Okay. Will the information be used in determining the allocation of federal resources for Medicaid or for CHIPS, for the Children's Health Insurance Plan?
Congresswoman, we don't determine the uses of it. We just produce the numbers.
Do you believe it should be used for that purpose?
We hope that our data is accurate and complete and is useful for many purposes, but all the federal programs totaling more than 675, some people estimate it could be close to $1 trillion. We hope that our data that they're using is very accurate, complete.
Okay. Have you or anyone you know of discussed including citizenship data in the redistricting file?
In the redistricting file. Congresswoman, let me get back to you on that.
I would love to understand if you've had those conversations and what was the nature of those conversations and who participated.
If I can only refer you to the executive order that we're going to be looking at and putting the administrative data together, I can refer you to that. So whatever that executive order says.
All right, Doctor, my time has expired.